All
Okay.
right, we're waiting and we're live, and TJ's here with us.
Okay. Bye.
So, TJ, first
Mm-hmm.
question. Who do
Yes.
you want to talk shit about tonight? No, I'm kidding.
Okay. You son of a bitch. How dare you insult the Coca-Cola king on your glass?
We're not doing that. We're not doing that. I'm
I
teasing.
got representatives of Eco Earth will be at your doorstep.
I'm worried about that. Honestly, I'm worried about that. No, I'm kidding. So, how are you? How have you been?
I'm good. I'm good. How have you been? I feel like
Good.
you've been
A
little less uh little less
little
good.
stressed.
Like
Little
people
stressed.
get a little, yeah.
Yeah, I need to start giving more stuff away.
Yeah.
What I need to do. Yeah. But
Yeah.
anyway, tonight we are well, first things first. We have a new candy store that opened by me. So tonight we have a chicken and waffles candy bar. Yeah, it's milk
Oh
chocolate, chicken and waffles with maple syrup.
my
So we're
god.
gonna be eating that. Yeah, all accompanied by, you can tell I'm a maple guy, bacon soda with maple syrup.
Oh,
If I can open it, I don't have a bottle opener, and this is not a
that sounds lovely.
it's not a twist off. Oh shit! All right, let's try this. That didn't work. I'll figure
You just
this out at
shatter
some
the
point.
glass. You're just gonna shatter the glass.
Right? I just upset all of my ants. I'm gonna keep looking for that. But you want to talk about click beetles tonight, and I'm down.
All right.
I
Yeah.
want to talk about them too. So, first question: how long have you worked
Yeah.
with click beetles?
I've been working with Click Beetles since like 2016. I was breeding a lot of like just random natives that I was finding around my area. A lot of small species. And then I was introduced to bioluminescent Click Beetles from a prominent Canadian breeder who was spreading them around in the hobby.
Okay.
So I got that tropical species, Powerforce noctilucus, which is the largest bioluminescent Click Beetle in culture, um,
Okay.
which I have larvae of right now. Um, and then Alan John, you know, hobbyist, U.S. hobbyist and collector extraordinaire, has brought in several bioluminescent species from here in the U.S. He went and
It's
collected
awesome.
a bunch of them. So yeah, so one of the species I'll be showing off today is Igniolator havenensis. I've had these larvae. He sent me adults. Alan sent me adults like in 2021, and I'm just now getting adults from those babies.
So you have adults.
Probably, yeah, finally.
Okay, and we're working on having larvins.
Uh huh. Yep, and these will be second generation captive bred
That's awesome.
larvae.
Yeah,
So
I
yeah.
thought Mr. Jian just posted his today. Actually, I thought it was you.
Oh, that was
Um,
that was Alan. I think the species he posted was Beetles Physoberus, which is another species of bioluminescent mosquito. Well,
okay,
those are smaller than the Igniolator that I'm showing off today, but very similar too. But I do want to see. I'm gonna put on my phone here. Gonna
I
have
want
my
to see if I
phone
can get
to
this to work for me. We're gonna try this out. Give me a second.
Alright.
Oh
Hello.
no, say anything.
Hello. Hi.
No, it's not working.
Hi.
None of this stuff is working. Okay,
Yeah.
none of my tech works with my phone. I'm sorry,
Oh,
because I'm having a hard time hearing you.
not
Are you guys having a hard
compatible.
time hearing any of us?
Hopefully not.
Okay, there we go. I got you. As long as they can hear you, I guess that's the
Yeah.
important bit.
Hopefully they
Is that?
can.
Oh, that's one of them going right now.
Yeah. Yeah. And they glow
So
so
you just give them
bright,
a little
so
pinch.
bright. Yeah, you just get a little pinch. You can't see he's like clicking all over my keyboard. Here I do have a backstage. I got the phone cam right here, which oops, glowing better.
All right, my audience says we're doing good. This isn't actually so bad on my phone.
Yeah, awesome.
Let's see here.
Flying around.
So these guys,
So yeah, it's a very bright bioluminescence, and just
oh,
flew off.
and they
He just
fly.
flew back into his enclosure. Just went right back down into the cave.
I saw no concern on your face. So
Yeah, it's just like okay, if you want to,
that's good.
do that. But yeah, they're really cool. And like as soon as it turns nighttime, as soon as the
Yeah.
light, the natural light goes down, even if the like I have the fluorescent light on in my room, but they somehow have what is it, like a circadian rhythm? Like they know when it's actually nighttime here,
Okay.
and at that time they all start like they kind of sleep all day, but at night they become active, right? Basically, right when it turns night. I think that makes them testicular. That's the what's that?
Corpuscular, I thought was like at dawn and
Yeah,
dusk, right? Okay.
yeah. I think yeah, that's when
I
they're
knew a
most
word.
active. Yeah.
I knew a word TJ didn't know for sure. So this is chicken and waffles milk
Okay.
chocolate candy bar with maple syrup.
Uh,
It's a little weird. The
that's the
chocolate, I think, is
thing.
messing up.
Yeah, the chocolate doesn't go with those flavors. I feel, but
Yeah,
uh,
it's like chocolate chicken with like
yeah.
Rice Krispies in it. They did the Rice Krispies as the waffle. Yeah, this is dedicated to Frank, and it's not good. Ellen Joan wants to know what species that was.
That was Ignilator. That was Ignilator. Captive bred, might I add. So yeah, I grew 'em. I grew 'em big. It only took 3 years of really inconsistent cooking.
So, so what's your substrate
Yeah.
like for those guys?
Okay, so for adults and like first to like second instar larva, basically, I use like soil
Okay,
or at least aged hardwood sawdust. They do
that's
that. That is the best thing because the first to second, maybe even to third instar larva, you feed on rotten wood, uh, at least a little bit,
okay.
and so they could possibly survive on just plain like a protein diet, even from first instar. But anything you can do to mitigate cannibalism in those first few instars is going to help you with being able to uh, isolate out a bunch of larvae before they start going crazy and cannibalizing each other. So I prefer to
Yeah,
use an edible substrate from the get go.
that's
Uh,
not the best.
yeah, and then but once you start isolating the larva, basically once they hit like second to third instar, they start becoming more protein hungry, and that protein includes each other. So at that point, you want to start isolating your larva out, and they make a lot of larvae. Each female can lay like 50 to 100 eggs, so they're very prolific. So you're gonna
That's
want
too
to
much.
isolate. Yeah. You can let some of them eat each other if you don't want that many larvae. For sure.
I'm used
But
to people who have coming on talk about beetles. Their beetles have like 2 larvae a year or some shit. Like it's like really
yeah, dude.
small numbers. They're the big
Yeah, because
stag beetles. And the larva's about
yeah.
like a Dunkin'
Like
Donut with a face.
people put quantity over quality, I would say. But not even because the nice thing though too about click beetle larvae is that they're like extremely hardy too. Like the
Okay.
survival rate is near 100% if you're doing everything right. You're very rarely gonna have die off for most click beetle larvae. I'd guess. So they really, I guess they do quantity and quality in terms of their large. That's nice. Um, but yeah, the once you isolate the larva out though, once they hit that stage where protein is their primary food source, it really becomes all they eat. You can keep them on flake soil if you want, but they're really not going to eat it at all. Even if they're starving, they're not really going to eat anything. So
So what are
at
they
that
after?
point,
What are they after as adults?
huh?
What are they eating as adults? I'm sorry, I missed it.
As adults, they eat like fruits and beetle jellies, those types of sweet food. In the wild, they probably mainly eat like they lap up sap at sap flows, monsters,
Okay.
whatever. Yeah, the adults are peaceful vegans, I guess. Um, larva not so much.
Larvae.
Larva,
So you got to
yeah,
let them thin
not
the
so much.
herd a little bit. You got to let them
Yeah,
survival of the fittest, right? And get stronger. Click beetles. They're just massive,
if you
just
want,
big
yeah,
boy.
yeah. I like to isolate out as many as I can and then distribute them in the hobby. But
I
it,
absolutely
you know,
believe in that. You know, I talk a lot
but
of trash. I mean,
yeah,
peaceful unless you
but
crowd them in a small cup. Alan's probably got a good point on that.
yeah, yeah. If you keep them too cramped, I can keep like what's the like an adult aviator per 1 gallon enclosure. As long as the gallon enclosure is more wide than tall, uh,
Okay.
and they seem to get along just fine. But
Now I saw that one
yeah,
fly
if you
pretty
keep them
well.
too crowded, they do fly very well. Um, but again, they only tend to fly when they're either like disturbed or when they're active. Those nocturnal hours. But yeah, they fly
Okay.
around and they glow while they fly too, which is really neat to see them
That's so
in the
wild.
wild doing that. Yeah.
That's so
And
you would think
it's
that'd be like a bad
right.
situation for them. Like here I
I
am,
know, but
come
they're
get
they're
me.
supposedly they're supposedly very distasteful, have a very bitter taste. So bioluminescence might advertise anything with hey, don't touch me. Even though I see that and I'm like, hey, that's food flying around. I would want to eat that. It's
It's not
shiny.
saving them from TJ.
Yeah,
Yeah, saving them from being eaten, not from being
yeah.
held captive.
Not from being, yeah, exactly. But that's their downfall.
Now, are they like they're pretty
Mm-hmm.
surface active? I think you were saying at night, but are they like arboreal at all? Are they just ground dwellers? What's their deal?
Yeah, they are relatively arboreal. I They don't really need arboreal hides, but if you give them like branches or fake plants and stuff to perch off of and climb over, they will definitely take advantage of that. It's not absolutely necessary to their well-being, but it's definitely something they will take advantage of.
That makes sense.
But again,
That makes
yeah,
sense.
for breeding and keeping them, I do recommend something a little bit more wide than is tall. Because in the long run, just more surface area along the ground, more hides that you can place on top of the substrate, that's really more
Could you
than
do like
a
egg
bunch of
crate?
other.
Like if you're not looking for something that's showpiece or something, could you do
Egg,
like egg
yeah, yeah, you probably
layers,
could use that for hides. I'm sure they would utilize that.
roach
Um,
style?
yeah, yeah, basically, yeah. Anything on top of the substrate, they're gonna take advantage of.
See, there
Yeah,
we go. I'm already thinking. I'm already thinking. How do I keep 1,000 click beetles?
yeah.
So, but you take the eggs out, right? You separate the eggs out somehow and get the babies
Separate the
somewhere else.
larva out. Separate the larva out. I've never seen their eggs. They're so tiny. The larva hatch out at like a millimeter long. So they produce a lot of tiny larvae. So a
Okay.
lot of tiny eggs, I should say. So I generally only see larvae. And then once the larva have seems to have like molted a couple times, then I start isolating those out. And from then you can isolate the larva out in little jelly cups. You can use flake soil if you want, or what I usually do is I use a little bit of flake soil at the bottom and then top that in coconut fiber. And then in subsequent rehousings of the larva, as I move them to bigger and bigger jelly cups, put in coconut fiber. Again, I've
A
used
lot.
more organic substrates for them as well, and they just don't seem to eat. anything but protein once they switch over to becoming more predatorial.
It's so funny that they use that to grow, but then I guess once they're adults, they're just adults. There's no more molting for them, so they don't really need protein, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That reminds me of my. So like that's a lot like the same life mode as an ant, except the larvae aren't like mobile. They don't really eat each other or whatever. Yeah. So that part's easier, maybe, but but once they're grown, yeah, they don't eat anymore. I mean, ants don't eat any more protein once they're adults. They're all carbs, which this is kind of awful, by the way. Just
the baking soda, no,
baking soda, not my favorite.
Not your favorite.
I'm waiting for him to light up. Like he knows it's nighttime outside. What the hell? There he goes.
There he goes.
It's just amazing how bright that is.
I know, and this is with the light on. With the light off, it's like much more dramatic play. So yeah, they're really
that is wild.
So bright. You can literally like pick one up in the dark and like read by their light. It's so bright. Like, literally.
You got to get a little like set of glasses with one click beetle over each lens.
I believe Spanish explorers, when they were exploring the Southern America, Central and South America, they would catch like closely related species and put in jars. Pretty sure.
Okay. That's got to work way better. It's got to work way better than fireflies.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, because these guys are much more consistent with their glow. Yeah. Like fireflies, fireflies don't usually glow in like the fence. These guys, as soon as you pick them up, they start glowing. So as soon as you like pick them around, man, so agitated, they start glowing. So yeah, much more efficient lighting method than using fireflies in a jar.
Well, and it looks like they just stay on. It's not like a flash and then it's gone, and then a flash. Yeah. And you could throw some sugar water in there or something, and they'll be fine. And you know, it's not like fireflies are going to die within about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
That's pretty excellent. All right, so feeding them is easy. Breeding them is easy. They just kind of go, right? You just kind of go and then sift the larva out.
Yeah, I just like kind of, dig through the substrate and carefully remove as many as I can find. And
what's their, Laura's asking, what's their native range?
Native range. Well, okay. So the Ignulator havanensis are native to Florida and other parts of the Caribbean. They could be invasive in Florida from like the West Indies. I'm not sure on that, but that's the range of the species I just showed. But there's other species that are definitely native to Florida, Texas, Louisiana, Arizona. And then all down Central and South America, there's a whole host of species. There's a lot of different genre and species in this tribe of click beetles, the Pyrophormini. And and pretty much all of them bioverse.
What did you say? How many click beetles are there? I think, were you telling me how many species there are? Yeah.
I don't know this off the top of my head, but I'm going to get it.
I talk to too many people about insects every day, so I might be mixing this up. Somebody else might have said something to me about something else. I was mad at somebody for calling leeches blood puppies or whatever.
Blood puppies. That's me. I call them blood puppies. I love them.
Was that you? See, you just piss me off all the time, PJ. You just get me riled up.
Green Jedi. Yeah, Green Jedi Monkey. My mic is my Bluetooth inconsistent. Maybe my hair is getting in the way. I'm trying to bring it back here and see if that helps.
There you go. Get some gel in there. Good times.
Some hairspray. You can hear him better. I could just try using the computer's mic instead. I was using these just because of we were having
We weren't.
technical difficulties.
Yeah, we weren't having a good
Not just
time to
like
start
with the
off with.
problem. Yeah, let me try that.
Oh, I think that's already better. Wait. See what you guys did? Oh, I hear something.
Okay, is that better?
I think so.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear now. Yeah. Yeah. It's a little thin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Bingo. Yep. Okay.
Yeah. We got a little feedback, but we're good. I'll take it.
As you were saying, as you were asking, though, there are 10,000 species of click beetles, at least, according to Bug.
The first thing I do when I get to talk to God after I die is I'm going to ask him what's up with all the beetles. I'm not going to ask him, like, why do people get cancer? I'm going to be like, why all the beetles, dude? I just imagine there's a giant beetle in the sky.
Now I can't hear anything. What is going on?
I don't know. How about now?
It was still.
I don't know.
It was connected to my freaking Bluetooth. It kept trying to connect to him, but I just turned Bluetooth off on my computer, so now I can hear. Okay.
All right. And you can hear me okay? It's not bad?
Yeah, now I can hear. Technical difficulties today.
They're calling you John Wick with glasses?
John Wick with glasses. Nerdy John Wick, yes.
Can you imagine? I can't really imagine you angry enough to like start blowing people away.
Yeah, no, I don't think it would happen. But
oh God, this is like they took all the worst parts of bacon and put it into liquid.
Yeah.
And then put like maple behind it, like it wants to be a root beer.
Like the only way I can imagine them putting bacon flavor in that is like putting liquid smoke. So it's just like liquid smoke, maple syrup, and soda, and just.
It basically, I think that's what you got. I think you nailed it. Yeah. It's not.
It doesn't.
It's
sound
not good.
It does not. It does not sound good. Ugh.
It's from Lester's Fixins is the name of the company. It says, "Y'all get your fixins." Old Bay Goldfish crackers. I couldn't find them. Frank.
Aw.
I did not taste the buffalo wing flavor one yet. They have all these crazy sodas, and they have I have a peanut butter and jelly one in the fridge. I might go bust that out because this is probably going in the drain. It's not great. No. All right. So now your guys in their enclosures. How many do you have now? How many enclosures? If you're getting out like hundreds at a time.
For like larvae.
Yeah, like if they're laying.
Yeah.
If each female is only like 50, and you have so many females in a setup.
Yeah. So what I do is I isolate out as many larvae as I can. I think I've had up to like a couple hundred deli cups of a species at a time.
Wow.
With them, yeah. And then I usually try to offload as many as I can. After doing that, and then I hold back only like maybe 15 to 20 larvae of any species for myself.
And how many species do you have?
Breeding. Huh? How many species do I have?
How many species?
Of the bioluminescent, I have 3 that are bred with consistency. Technically, I have 4, but the 4th I only have 2 larvae of, and I'm probably not going to be able to breed them. But yeah, so I have 3 bioluminescent species, and then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 other species that are not bioluminescent.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of beetles to choose from. There's a lot of beetles that you could have, so that makes sense. Yeah. They just eat fruits and sugar stuff and sugary business.
Mm-hmm.
They're very.
The larvae of these bioluminescent ones, you can usually rear them on dog food. You can also offer live or pre-killed insect prey instead.
Okay.
These guys will take dog food or other pelletized protein sources, which is pretty convenient. A lot of other click beetle genre will only accept live or pre-killed
That's a lot of
insects.
work.
They will not touch dog food. Yeah, so these guys, the bioluminescent ones, are actually pretty easy to rear as far as click beetles go. Which is
I feel like
nice.
there's a lot less mess, a lot less chance of like mold or fungus or whatever. Like it's a lot easier. It sounds like.
Yeah. It's easier to consistently feed them pelletized food. Yeah, so that's what I prefer to do with those.
Could you how do they do in bioactive? Jedi wants to know.
Well, probably not that well. First of all, the larvae will eat each other, so like you couldn't rear larvae communally. You just can't. You will eventually end up with, maybe if you had like a 10-gallon tank, you might be able to get like 2, maybe 3 to be reared communally if they had a ton of other food. But in most cases, you're just going to end up with one happy fat larva. And as far as bioactive goes, they again are very protein hungry. They eat anything and everything that they can. So like if you have them with isopods that burrow, they will probably eat some of the isopods, if not all of them. If you have them with roaches, they'll eat the roach. Like anything you put them with, unless it's much, much bigger than them, they'll eat it.
Yeah.
And even if it's much, much bigger than them, if it happens to molt and it molts underground, it might bite into them while they're molting and kill them.
I see.
So yeah, click beetles, yeah, and Alan says they'll even eat molting millipedes. Click beetle larvae are like considered a huge pest for millipede and isopod breeders that use unsterilized rotten wood, because unsterilized rotten wood often has click beetle larvae of some type in there, and basically all click beetle larvae, even ones that eat a lot of rotten wood, are very protein hungry. So they eat everything. So I would not recommend them for a bioactive enclosure. I just wouldn't. Yeah, adults you can put in the display for a bioactive and they'd look cool, but as soon as you get to the larva stage, it's just not a good idea. Plus the larva, supposedly larva of Pyrophorus noctilucus, which is the largest exotic species of bioluminescent click beetle we have in the hobby. Supposedly those are pests of sugarcane. They're said to bore into the roots of sugarcane. I'm not sure how much I believe that. I don't think they're eating the sugarcane. They're probably just boring through, looking for things that are eating it, or they might even just be found in tunnels of other invertebrates that are boring into the sugarcane, and they're just going in there to eat the insects. But the fact remains that if there is any merit to that fact, then if you put these in a bioactive tank, they might mess with the roots of the plants you put them in with, possibly. So yeah, I wouldn't really recommend them, to be honest, for a bioactive. They would mess.
Crying out loud, nothing's bioactive anymore. We put everything bioactive and now nothing is. It's pain in my ass. It's the worst. Stupid bugs with their pickiness. Yeah, so you know me, I'm Captain Cohab, so you and your Cocoa Core and me and my cohabbing, I make a lot of people upset with that.
Yeah.
So, but I'm okay with it. I'm still gonna do it.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna do it, man. I'll monitor stuff.
It works, yeah.
Yeah, we're working on. I got three blue tongue skinks in one enclosure now, so we're gonna see how that works. No, I don't. You were like, oh yeah.
I was like, really? Okay. Well, we'll see. We'll see how it works. I don't know skinks that well. I don't know. I think some of them are communal. I don't know about blue tongues, but
they are 100% not. They are real jerks. You can't really keep them with anything. Okay. I thought about getting an arboreal species to go with, like to build a thing that's like 5 or 6 feet tall.
Yeah.
And because it wouldn't be hard to go up with her setup, but yeah, any chance they get they're pretty territorial. They'll try to jack up whatever comes their way. So if that thing does go to the ground or whatever, yeah. She went after me today.
Yeah.
She thought I was food. She started going after me. I was like, get out of here. So she's crazy about salmon. Yeah. Because,
Okay.
you know, the desert in Australia, solid salmon territory. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Yes, you can't really cohab them either with anything. Like, you can't put them with anything. Even though they're bitter, then you can get springtails.
You can put them with springtails, yeah.
We'll probably eat this thing.
No, I think springtails. Well, I have seen first instar larvae eat like some of the more subterranean species of springtails, but not to the point where they would wipe them out. I don't think so. So yeah, you can put springtails with them. That'll work. It might be the only thing that works, but
that's not a great cohab. That's
technically bioactive, though. Technically.
God.
Alan asks, "Are pyrophores still around in the U.S.?" I have a bunch of I have larvae from a couple different sources actually, but yeah, no, Alan, Phil Dressed. I think you know Phil Dressed, Alan. I just got a bunch off of him. So yeah, people are still breeding them here. And now I got like 20 something larvae to work with, so hopefully I'll get them breeding for me again. Yeah.
Then you'll be the guy.
Are the big ones. They get like that big. They're really large for a bioluminescent species. Nothing compared to the non-bioluminescent ones. But,
yeah. Is it like a are there different colors basically for these guys to glow, or is it not really?
So the pyrophorus that I'm talking about, they have a spot underneath their thorax that only when they take flight, it glows orange.
Okay.
They still got the two green spots. They still got the two green spots on their pronotum that just glow green. But I think there's a species in Brazil. Where the adults, the two spots on their pronotum do glow orange, too. So that's cool. But as that's pretty much the only variance that I know of in the colors of the bioluminescence. Most of them, it's green. Some have the green spots on the back and then the orange spot on the chest. But other than that, it's pretty standard for green. I think
colors
like something to do with the chemical. I think the chemical that makes the click beetles glow is the same. It's luciferin, so it's the same as in fireflies, and I think that chemical inherently is probably green orange. It'd be cool if there were species that glue like bright red. That'd be cool, but I haven't seen anything like that.
Yeah, or like white or blue or whatever.
Blue, yeah. Red, white, blue.
Well, yeah. Oh, I didn't think of that. America. We could have little tiny guns.
Yes.
Lifted pickup trucks. Oh, we could go full bore on this.
Yeah.
Rainbow for
There you go for Pride Month. Yep. You
could just bring all kinds of different ones. This could be good.
Yeah.
This could be real good. Let's get on. We need some morphs. We need you working on morphs.
Genetically bioengineer them to make them glow different colors. I think we can do this. You need to.
If that guy did it, if that one guy did it with zebra danios and whatever else he's putting an enemy DNA into, they've got pretty soon. PetSmart's only going to have those luminescent fish, like the neon fish. I don't know. There's like tetras. There's the danios. I think there's porycats now. Yeah, they need to stop.
Those are losers, though. Those are posers. They only glow if you put a light over them, right?
Yeah, jerks.
Yeah.
They're what is that? Phosphorescent.
Yeah, that's fluorescence. That's not bioluminescence. This is bioluminescence.
I think this is the first. This is the first bioluminescent creature we've had
Yeah.
on here, and I think we're still kind of trying to figure out how to get stuff to do that, right? Because like it doesn't generate heat. It's pretty much the whole time. Like that's in. It doesn't turn off. It doesn't use off a ton of energy.
Yeah.
Unless it's all that sugar they're down in.
Might be. But yeah, I mean, like, 'cause even fireflies, I think there are firefly species where the adults only live a few days and don't even eat anything, and they still glow. So.
Okay. So they come with it.
Yeah. So it must not like burn that much calories, or maybe that's why they only live a few days.
Not cool. Not cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, or they get eaten.
Speaking of lifespan, though, most bioluminescent click beetles live. Okay, a lot of the U.S. species only live like 3 to 4 months at most. The larger exotic species like Pyrophorus noctilucus, I've had live like 6 months. So not super long for the adults, but not super short for a beetle. The larva, you can rear them in like a year if you're very consistent with your feeding. If you feed them like once or twice a week and never skip a feeding, and you keep them consistently warm, you may get adults in a year after hatching. But if you're a little more lax with the feeding, like I've been, like I would go like a month between feedings for some of these click beetle larvae, because the larvae can go quite a long time between feedings, as long as they're kept moist the whole time. If you're a bit more lax with the feedings, like I've been, it can take a lot longer. So it took me like 3 years to rear these Igniolator up to adulthood, but it could have been a lot shorter if I was more consistent with my feeding. But see, that's kind of the nice thing about click beetle larvae, though, is they can tolerate quite a bit of neglect in terms of feeding frequency, and they don't necessarily stunt in size. Like they don't like a lot of other invertebrates. If you're neglectful with feeding, they keep growing through that, and they'll molt and stuff. So they end up becoming like really small, stunted, sickly adults. With click beetle larvae, they just kind of, if they have no food, they just enter a state of like stasis. They just don't grow. They just don't grow, and they don't starve to death very easily either. And then as soon as you start feeding them again, then they resume, their development as normal. So, despite the fact
pick up where they left off,
despite the fact that I was very lax with feeding, and it took 3 years to get these to mature, they ended up the same size as a lot of the larger wild-caught adults that I started with. So, they still ended up big, despite that. And as Alan said, I forgot to check on the Dilator Atlanticus for 3 months. The majority of them are still alive. Yeah. By the way, Alan, the D. Atlanticus are the species that I only have 2 larvae of left. I can't get them to pupate for some reason. I don't know what the deal is with those. But
it's Coco Core. Because they know you use Coco Core. Yeah.
I actually tried for those to trigger pupation. I tried a variety of different substrates. I tried flake soil. I even tried like sand, because they're found in like the sandy area of Florida. So like I figured.
Okay.
Yeah. See, Alan said he added sand to his. Yeah, it didn't work for mine. Did not work. They didn't. I have no idea. Some other seasonal cues I think are needed to get that species to pupate.
Some diatomaceous earth in there, maybe some salt. See, this is why I hate beetles. This is why, like, I'm fascinated by beetles, but the whole them being a larva forever and barely being an adult, like, I don't care about the larva. Like, I'm not trying to keep a bunch of little maggots. I want like the beetle, and you get the beetle for a couple months, and then that's it. And then if you're not breeding them actively, then you're just done. Like, that's it for your beetles. So, like the big ass, like the rhinoceros beetles and the stag beetles, I think those would be super cool. Even though they are idiots, like I've seen them in collections and I've seen them at the zoo, and I've never, I don't think, seen a dumber animal than the rhinoceros beetle that they had at Brookfield. Like, that thing was so stupid. I honest to God. And their, to be fair, their husbandry of it was not aces. Was not aces. It was like an intern or something. They were like, hey, intern, figure this out with a 10-gallon tank. Good luck. And it was not great. So what made him so derpy is they gave him a shrimp, like a whole thawed shrimp, like maybe this big, and they put it in one of those food dishes that has like it's a food/water dish for like a reptile, and it's got the ridged, like sandy almost sides, and then there's like a bowl, basically like a really shallow bowl that was super smooth. So the shrimp was right in the middle, and the beetle couldn't get any purchase to get into the bowl. Like, he couldn't get anything to grip onto with his foot hooks. And so he finally like dragged the bowl under himself, like the whole thing. Like, that's how strong he was. It was amazing. And then he got his shrimp. But so I guess he figured it out. But for like 10 minutes, he just kept trying to get purchase and couldn't. And I was like, this is kind of mean. This is really kind of mean. He could have reached it if he'd have just gone around like a quarter inch. He could have reached it, no problem.
Yeah.
But
I
he
have
found
a
like
serious question then. Yeah. This is a rhino beetle?
I think so. I don't know, man. Don't quote me on it. It was a big.
Why are they feeding it shrimp?
I don't know.
They're not carnivores. They're not carnivores as adults. They don't eat any protein like that. They don't eat shrimp.
He was going for it.
What the heck?
Yeah, I don't know, man. So I could be wrong. I've got pictures of it somewhere.
Probably dehydrated and was lapping water off the freaking shrimp in this 10-gallon tank that the intern set up for it.
It's a 10-gallon tank, and yeah.
Those like fruit and beetle jelly and stuff. That's
I don't know.
That's so
it was
weird.
One of those big. It was big and like brown mottled, like a caramel color, but mottled.
Yeah.
And I believe it was a couple of years ago. I believe it had.
Yeah, that sounds like a dynasty species of rhino beetle. They
maybe.
don't eat shrimp.
Well,
this one was really strong at the exhibit runners there.
I was surprised. I didn't imagine they would get shrimp in their natural, range.
Yeah. No, they're diving into the water. Well, that's what the spears are for, though, on their heads, so that they can stab shrimp and eat them. And they roast them over fire, over wildfires.
So much more.
And then they pull them off. Everyone knows them. But.
So much smarter. So much smarter. See, I should have just called you, is what I should have done. I own tedious beetles and death feigning beetles. They are clumsy but awesome. Like 90% of beetles are the dumbest animals I've ever seen. Like, how they survive, I don't know. Like, as far as like any kind of baseline intelligence, I don't know of a beetle that has it. Maybe a tiger beetle.
I guess tiger beetles are pretty. They're just not necessarily intelligent. They're just very good eyesight. So again, it's like they are, but they're not, because when they're running, they're blind. They like aim themselves at a thing and then they run at it and they can't see while they're running because they're running too fast for their dumb brain to process. They're so, I feel like every beetle has that. Like, every beetle has that thing they're really, really good at. But then there's like a kryptonite. They have like a kryptonite that's directly associated with their superpower. And it's like, what? What are you doing? Yes.
They do have some armor. Like, beetles are tough. Yeah. Beetles are tough, but
I guess you don't need to be smart to be successful, though, because they're like one of the most speciose groups of animals, period.
I think it is. I think it is like
wasps. Yeah. Second only to hymenopterans, I'm pretty sure. Beetles are the most speciose, successful animals on the planet.
I was reading something like, out of all the species we found, like beetles are like 25% of them or something. Like, it's insane like how many people.
Yeah. They just. Yeah.
Just shows you don't need a brain to be successful.
Yeah, Alan. See? There's hope for us all.
There is hope for us all. Yeah.
There are hope for us all.
Don't need a brain to be successful.
Yes.
That's the most America animal I've ever encountered. Like, it's amazing. Or Australia. I feel like Australia is the same way. So, yeah, I just don't know. Like, do these guys, their superpower is glowing, so they tell people that they taste awful. Do they have, like, in their natural range, do they have a predator that's just like, I don't care what you taste like, or I didn't develop taste buds, I'm just going to eat these glowing beetles?
Possibly. I feel like a lot of invertebrates will eat distasteful invertebrates because they don't really taste that stuff. So I feel like probably spiders and,
Okay.
maybe even other beetles, would eat them. And as larvae, they're soft-bodied, so even though they have really sharp jaws, they're still vulnerable to being eaten by other click beetles or other beetles in general, other predatory larva-eating things.
The larvae are a little tastier. Okay.
Yeah.
Or tolerable.
Fun fact about the larva, though. So I agree that it's kind of a downside of a lot of beetles is that the adults have such short lifespans, and the larvae have long development periods. But at least with click beetles, the larvae look pretty cool, in my opinion. They're like giant maggots with teeth, and they know how to use them. But bioluminescent click beetle larvae do glow from right behind their heads. If you pinch them, if you grab them, which will probably make them pinch you.
If you grab the maggot with teeth and pinch it,
grab the maggot with teeth, it will first of all try to bite you, and it will hurt, but they will glow too. So you can tease it out of them. You will just pay in blood, but it's fun.
Wait, they can bite you enough to bleed? They can bite you enough that you bleed?
I think I have been bitten enough by large click beetle larvae to bleed. Yes, their jaws are like needles, like they just go straight through. And so if they're big enough, it can get down to blood. But,
this is the wildest show. We've had people on the show live get bitten by Amy Castles got bitten by a millipede and was bleeding. She was bleeding like the rest of the episode. It never stopped. So I don't know what species it was, but I was like, it's a millipede, dude. It's not a centipede. It's not a vampire crab. It's crazy. Large ignolators.
Can draw blood. Yeah. The species that I have that I've been showing, they're large enough larvae of those can also draw blood.
So they get big enough that they're as big as one of those adults. The larva basically gets that big, and then it pupates out as an adult.
Basically, yeah. They basically get as long or longer than the adults. But they're thinner, so like the mass gets condensed into the beetle. But yeah,
sure. You got to form that exoskeleton and all that mess. So yeah.
And then I have some of the eastern, like the not just the eastern-eyed click beetles, but the large eyed elaters that are found throughout the U.S. that are like black and white, like modeled all over. I'm sure you've probably seen some in your area. Show us an example of getting bit. No.
Hey, I drank bacon soda. I think you could do this for us.
I do have. Okay, you know what? Here. This goes into what I was talking about the eyed click beetles, though. So let me just.
This is where I wish I was a drug dealer, because so many people on my show are so like able to be coerced into shit, like including myself. So I'd be the worst drug dealer.
Yeah.
This is so bad, and I keep I'm so thirsty.
But yeah, so a lot of these the eye elaters of the U.S., their larvae get huge. Like the adults are huge. The adults are like solid, like 2 to 3 inch beetles.
Yeah, I saw that.
But the larvae kind of make them look small by comparison.
So that's one of the larvae.
You want me to get bit by this, Alan? People want blood. Oh God.
Is he about to do it? He seems pretty chill.
He's chill until all right.
Doing it. You don't have to do this, DJ.
The people want it. How do I? Normally these are very feisty. This guy's chill.
I know we got a chill one. You got one that's like
legs are hurting me more than his. He's just like digging his feet into my.
He's like, bro, I want some of that maple bacon soda.
Bacon. Oh my God.
Popcorn yellow.
I don't know what's going on. It's because I'm trying to get him to bite parts of my skin that won't hurt that much, and he knows it.
He doesn't want to promote my show after last week, so he's not as forgiving as you.
Yeah, he's a.
I mean, if he's not going to do it, he's not going to do it. He's way freaking bigger than I thought he would be. Like, that thing's got to be like pinky length almost.
Yeah.
That thing's at least as long as your thumb, maybe longer.
Oh, it's longer than my thumb for sure.
I don't see him glowing, though. I don't see him glowing. I think you're full of crap.
This isn't one of the bioluminescent ones.
Oh, got it. All right.
Those big black and white click beetles. This is one of the This is Elaeus lucciosus. Yeah, no, that one didn't want to bite. I wonder if it was like in pre-molt or something.
What do we say? Superworm beetle larva versus click beetle larva. Who wins?
I feed these live superworms, so that should answer it pretty.
That should answer it.
Yeah.
I wonder, can you use those as feeders?
Huh?
Would those make a decent feeder? Like, I mean, if you had them, I'm not saying to buy them as feeders or breed them as feeders, but like, are they too violent?
Such a strong bite. You run the serious risk of killing or injuring whatever you feed them to. So I wouldn't use them.
They ate that specimen
like a bearded dragon. Even like a bearded dragon, you know, like it bites. Like if it bites the inside of the mouth or something,
sure.
I wouldn't.
That makes sense. That makes sense. I'm thinking of the size.
Being pinched by a superworm hurts. Being pinched by these is way worse.
How do you get
how calm that larva was?
He was like, "Squeeze me, baby." No, baby, squeeze me.
It's funny though. Speaking of being bit, the other day I was trying to handle. I have these predatory katydids.
Smart. Their teeth are like.
Yeah, and I was holding it, and I guess my hand smelled like food. And you know, a lot of roaches will like kind of like bite down on you a little bit. They'll take a little nibble, right? If they think you're food, it doesn't hurt because it's not a bite of aggression. That's what this was. But katydid jaw, if they perceive that what they're biting into is food, they don't nibble. They bite down, and it bit down right on my finger. It hurt, so I was like, ah! And I shook my hand because it hurt, and it jumped onto my chest. And I'm wearing I'm wearing a tank top, right? Okay, so it jumps right here, okay? And I'm trying to get it off. It won't get off my shirt, so I grab it from behind. Yeah. Big mistake, because that only made it clamp down. It clawed down harder with its feet, and then with its jaw, bit down on my nipple through the shirt. It was right in that exact spot to where its mouth was right over my nipple. It bit down on the nipple and through the shirt, and I screamed. And I couldn't get it out. It's just sitting there in so much pain. And then finally, I let go of it, and then it moved. It flew away.
This is one of the best stories we've ever had on the show. Like, it just bit my nipple.
Yeah, it bit my nipple, and it was not fun. Alan said that. That's when TJ found his new kink. No, Alan. That's when TJ learned never to hold katydids again, ever.
We don't kink shame on this show until we do. Until we do. So that's your kink. Seek help. There's someone that will talk to you. It's a betterhelp.com, I think, is the
Yes. Sponsored by betterhelp.com.
I wish. If a lot of people are BetterHelp, if you're listening, you know, if the algorithm tells you, hashtag.
You've had an episode on mental health. Who's a better?
Right? I did like 4 episodes.
Yeah.
We were close to having another one here this week, but we stopped. What a story. Lost my nipple to a giant vicious bug. Yeah, we'll have to think about that sometime too. I was breeding praying mantises, and I just happened to have a wild one. I wasn't breeding it. I just happened to have a wild female that was at the end of her life. So I was keeping her alive. She was basically blind. I was hand feeding her. I was going to clean her thing out, so I went to pick her up, and usually she just would crawl onto my hand and chill. And she was one of the big guys, the big Chinese.
Mm-hmm.
And I put my finger out for her to climb on, and she clamped down with her pincers, and then grabbed and started chewing, and I couldn't. Yeah. It hurt so bad, and I didn't want to kill her. Yeah, so I put the lid. It was a deli cup she had been in, like a big deli cup. So I put the lid between her mouth and my finger. Yeah. She would not let go, dude. She was on there. I don't know what those bugs that they grab go through, but there's no getting this off you once it's on you. Yeah. So she finally let go.
Lock in on their prey, they don't let go. Yeah.
She finally let go. It took a while though. It took some interesting. I was like, do I just kill her? Because I'm bleeding like crazy right now.
Is this worth keeping this thing alive?
Yeah, I was like, she's gonna die.
Cataracts, just fucking.
Yeah, the eyes were just glazed over. There's nothing there. She can't see anything. She lived another couple days, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have an addiction to letting Katie bite my nipple.
That's what you tell your therapist on better. They're like, I don't think I can help you, man.
That'd be a great T-shirt at NARBC.
Expertise.
I'm gonna have to put that on a T-shirt for this weekend. I'm gonna be at NARBC.
I have an addiction of letting Katie bite my nipple.
Australian rainforest mantis. God.
Yeah, those get huge. Yeah. Yikes.
They just chew into you. It's the worst. She literally ate a chunk of my finger. Yeah, same. I didn't get it that bad. I was pretty quick. Yeah. But that's pretty wild. It hurts because they just start going. They don't stop. There's no taking bites. It's just.
I mean, you've seen the photos, the viral photos of them eating hummingbirds. That's vertebrate flesh, just like your finger. They
pretty rare. Yeah,
pretty rare.
Poor hummingbirds. They just keep getting jacked by bees and mantises and little snakes.
I saw a couple hummingbirds today. We went river rafting, and they were over the river. They were just
that's cool.
They would come by. Yeah, the rafts. It was so cool. They're so cute.
I'm a huge fan. All right, so if I'm getting these guys, we'll start wrapping up our beetle chat. But if I'm getting these guys, let's say I'm getting them. I'm not, but let's pretend I'm getting them. What do I need? What do I need for a setup? For a minimal, what do I need for a colony to start with? What would you recommend for a size of a container for that colony?
Mm-hmm. I would recommend. So I would recommend starting with a minimum of. If you're getting larvae, I would recommend a minimum of 6. I've had pretty good luck starting with 6 of a lot of these species. They have a pretty even sex ratio. But if you want to be a bit more safe, 8, 10, 12, that'd probably be a safer bet. But you can start with a minimum of 6 and still have success for breeding. So start with larvae, probably captive bred larvae if you can find them, or wild caught adults. But you run the risk of them not living that long. Most people don't know how to sex adults because it's kind of hard to sex them, so you might not get males and females. So larva is better bet in my opinion. You're gonna want deli cups. A lot of them can be reared initially. I house my larvae in 1 ounce deli cups, then I move them to 2 ounce. Then I jump to 5 ounce and then 16 ounce. Or rather, I think you jump from 5 ounce to 32 ounce deli cups for the larger species. Some the igniolator can be reared in 5 ounce deli cups for their entire life. They don't need anything bigger than that.
So what size deli cup?
Power force. 32 ounce.
What size deli cup did you just take baby Mothra out of?
Well, that was a larger species. That is those I would recommend a 32 ounce deli cup. That's what that was in. But that was a non-bioluminescent large Texas idolator, which those get much bigger. The adults are like that big.
Gotcha. Okay.
But
Alan said you need balls.
yeah, so
you need big balls to
big
handle these
balls to handle
larvae.
vicious larvae. Yep. You have to be mindful that they don't chew out of their containers. A lot of thinner deli cups they have no problem chewing out of, so you got to be on the watch for that. I like putting their container inside another container to make sure if they get out, they're not escaped. And or if you can use glass, if you can get glass containers to put them in, or like really thick plastic, that's pretty good too. And substrate for adults and first couple instar larvae for bioluminescent click beetles, I would recommend flake soil or crushed rotten wood. You want it fine. If it's too chunky, adults won't oviposit consistently. And then as the larvae get larger, you can just keep them on coconut fiber or really anything that's like kind of soil-y, because they're just going to be eating protein. For larvae, you're going to want dog food, fish food, or live or pre-killed invertebrate prey. Feed them once to twice a week. I would recommend for the fastest growth, but they can go up to several months without eating. You just can never let the larvae dry out. If they dry out, they're going to be dead. So they like very high, consistent humidity. The same goes for the adults, but larvae, it's easier to forget to water them. So keep that in mind. And then adults just eat fruits, beetle jellies, etc. So all in all, not a very demanding type of beetle to keep. The enclosures are relatively inexpensive, substrate's inexpensive, food is inexpensive. It's just a matter of time and dedication. And yeah, you can, not even that much time is needed.
How many adults do you have in your colony?
So right now, in this gallon container, I have 3 males and 2 females. That's what's matured out of my holdback larvae so far.
Okay.
So I trap them in a gallon container, and they're doing fine. I expect to see larvae any day now.
That's really easy. And then are they all breeding at once, or are they you're just looking repeatedly for larvae?
I just look repeatedly for larvae because the females, once they mate, they basically just lay eggs until they die. So they keep laying. I've literally seen old adult click beetle females lay eggs the day before they die, and they're old and hobbled, and their legs are all worn down to nubs, and they're still laying eggs. So yeah, basically until the day they die, they just keep producing. So yeah, there will be a steady stream of larvae until there's not.
So they're native to Utah. Is that what you said?
Utah? No, I wish. These are from Florida. I wish they were.
Do you get the joke of Mormons just keep crapping out kids till they die?
That's a Mormon joke. Okay.
The Mormon joke. I know. Whatever. They have a lot of kids. That's pretty tame joke.
It's
pretty tame joke.
We have a lot of Mormons. We have a lot of Mormons here. I should have got the joke.
Yeah, I mean, come on, man. It's all right. They're good people. They're good.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. They're fine.
No, I'm against them.
They're fine.
I
almost started going into a whole spiel on Amish people for some reason. I confused them in my head. I was going to be talking about no electricity.
Yeah.
You could sell these to the Amish as a light source.
Dude.
I
gotta work on that. I gotta work on marketing. Yeah.
Just call me, brother. Just call me. I got all the ideas. You could try
those bioluminescent mushrooms. I feel like that would be easier, but they're probably not as bright.
Why are you already undercutting your job, dude? You're already messing up your own business.
I can work with the mushrooms too, though.
Oh, okay.
I doubt anyone's marketing those towards the Amish.
Right? How would they? They're never going to see this show, so I can talk trash about the Amish all day long. They're never going to watch this, so whatever.
Yeah.
Uh,
Important.
I got nothing against the Amish that aren't doing puppy mills. If you're Amish and you're not a puppy mill person, you're all right with me. So,
Yeah.
but otherwise, like, I'm not a fan. Yeah, don't Google that. Some gross videos come up. Amish organic glow lights. Maybe that's what they're doing with those crazy ass like portable fireplaces that they put out. Like, I don't know what magic is in there, but that's an Amish thing. That's an Amish thing. Maybe it's your click Beetles.
It's either Click Beetles or Amish dark magic.
Amish dark magic. They're on that different stuff. They're on the Old Testament. It could be. It could be. That's that Old Testament stuff.
Yeah, right? The burning bush.
Yeah.
That,
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, they could have done that. They could have gone that route and been like bring people to the fold. Not smart. Not smart.
Not smart.
So these guys aren't a lot of investment in time or energy or anything. These seem like a super easy pet.
Yeah, they're easy. You kind of just forget about them for most of the time while they're larvae. And yeah, once they're adults, they're still easy to keep. So yeah, I think Click Beetles are very underrated in the hobby. And these certainly are the most popular of Click Beetles in the hobby because people like the bioluminescence, obviously. But there's a lot of really pretty species of Click Beetles out there, and a lot of big ones. So I hope to see them become more popular in the pet trade as the years go by because, yeah, they're really easy.
Do you know anything about Blapstinus?
Blapstinus species. I breed Blapstinus species. They're kind of a weird. They're a little micro darkling beetle, and I've had the best success breeding them in with like larger roaches. I've had the best success with a lot of my micro darklings breeding them with larger roaches. I don't know why, but in their own setups, they just don't seem to breed that well. But I think they like a very compacted substrate.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, no, Blapstinus, I've bred them. They're not super difficult. You know, cute little darklings. The only hard part is separating out super tiny larvae out of substrate when they hatch, Alan. Yeah, that is. And it's not even hard. It's just, it's annoying. It's a little annoying, but again, if your goal isn't to breed mass quantities of them to then distribute throughout the hobby, you don't even need to be that diligent about separating these out. They're not super cannibalistic, so you can let them grow out a bit and eat each other, and then keep like a dozen for yourself.
Let nature do it.
Yeah, right.
But I mean, all right. So how long until you're going to have some available for sale?
Give me a month, maybe month and a half, and I should probably have some available within that.
And that's the invertebrate dude, you guys. That's the invertebrate dude. And then Alan might have some too, right?
Alan probably will have Deliolator larva soon, which is a similar species, a little bit smaller, but still glow brightly. I had those available earlier this year, but I'm out now. But Alan, now that he's getting adults, hopefully he'll have some.
Very cool.
And then I'll have the Igniator Haveniensis available.
What's the smell like?
Not really any smell. The adults, sometimes if you grab them, they'll poop on you, and it smells like rotten fruit because that's what they eat. So,
but like in general, I mean, like
not really. It smells like dirt because that's what you keep them on, and they don't really produce a smell themselves.
So it's not like crickets or something like that where you have that like that funky.
Nah, no.
All right, good.
It smells like dirt.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Anybody else got any more questions about these guys? We covered it all. We covered most of it in like the first 15 minutes. I wanted to keep slowing you down, but I couldn't do it. You're an information font.
I can't help it. It just flows.
It flows.
Now for a 50-minute monologue on the benefits of coconut fiber.
Yep, gotta go. Sorry, I'm gonna ban you from the studio. I got enough shit talking trash about you last week. I'm not trying to. Your minions have come for me. Your cronies.
Yeah. No.
TJ's cronies have threatened me.
Yeah, I hope you guys are all doxing Josh here, leaving bombs at his doorstep.
Well, on that, a little bit, I did have somebody looking forward to meeting me at NARBC in Schaumburg, so in a threatening way. So I told him where I was coming in and what time. So there won't be any of that. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
What else? What else?
I'll send you one of my katydids, and you can just throw them at him.
I'll throw it right at his nipple.
Right at his nipple.
That'll stop him.
Yep.
Stop him dead in his tracks. This is my emotional support katydid.
It's like the pocket sand, just pocket katydid.
Yeah, right. Pocket sand would probably be better defense. Yeah. I should do that. I'm going to do that. I'm going to have a pocket full of sand at NARBC. So partly so I can find my car on the way. I'm going to leave a trail to my car. Yeah, it was pretty wild. I had to contact a lawyer after last week's episode. I had people coming at me with really weird accusations. I was like, not doing that. So, So yeah, if you guys want to buy a T-shirt over at Fourth Wall and support that business, that would be great. Kind of a fundraiser this week. So we're a little low on money, but we'll get there. Yeah, I'm a lot bigger than I look in person. If you guys haven't seen me in person, it's shocking. I'm not gonna lie. I've had people stop dead in their tracks and be like, "Oh my god!" Like, I'm a big guy, like 6'4". Yeah, 6'4", 280. Like, you can come at me. It's fine. Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a wild ride. Yeah. We're good. We still got people coming on. So, we are going to be filming I'm going to be doing some filming. I don't think it'll be live at NARBC Saturday. So I hope to see some people there that aren't just me visiting. I'll be visiting a couple tables and a couple vendors and checking in with them and getting some hugs. It'll be fun. I'm going to take a lot of pictures of a lot of awesome animals, hopefully. Maybe a couple of ball pythons. I think maybe they're going to have ball pythons here this year. So a couple. Maybe. I don't know for sure. Maybe. A couple thousand.
Maybe. Yeah.
I'm so sick of ball pythons. I can't tell you. Can we get a second attempt at getting bit by click beetle larva?
I don't know, Alan. That one did not want to bite me. It did not want to bite me. On the nipple.
Alan's suggesting you offer the nipple. He's suggesting you offer at the other nipple.
I don't think that'd be very appropriate for the stream. I think that borders on something.
All of my videos are labeled not for children, so we're good to go.
Yeah, but I don't know about nipple biting. I might go against YouTube's guidelines. Period.
Well,
I think
we're also
that video to a different site.
Yeah, we're also never going to be monetized, so I don't really care. Like, whatever happens on the show happens on the show.
Whatever happens.
So I'm not promoting you. Yeah, I'm not promoting you latching a larva onto your teats. Yeah. But yeah, teats is just fun to say.
Yeah. Yeah, Alan, I'm not doing that. I'm not. I'm not gonna do that. If you get my YouTube channel to 1,000 subscribers, I will have a click beetle bite my nipple. There you go.
Oh, go subscribe right now.
Yeah.
How many you got?
I already said I'd live stream some click beetle biting my something if I got 1,000 subscribers. So let's make it the nipple.
Hey now.
How many do I got? I got like 500 something.
Already?
I have 599 subscribers. Oh my god, I'm so close to 600.
You beat me. You beat me. There you go. I'm gonna go subscribe right now. So it'll be 600. It'll be good. I think I'm already subscribed. So you're like these videos of like hillbilly. Yeah, you're like fake hillbilly husbandry videos. They crack me up.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to make more of those. Those are funny. Those are fun to do.
Yeah,
I have
looks
one,
like maybe.
have one planned out that's a bit more scripted that I want to do. It's pretty funny. One on assassin bugs.
There you go. Looks like you got 600.
I'm waiting on something.
Yeah.
Yay! Look at you, Major WD, the 600th sub. Thank you. Appreciate it.
That's nice. That's nice.
That's
a good,
all right,
good
now
guy right there.
400 to go. 400 to go. And,
Look at that.
and yeah, click Beetle bite my nipple. I don't know if I want to stick to. I may have made a mistake by saying. Once I get to 1,000 subscribers, people are gonna be like, "Hey, remember that time you promised you'd let a click Beetle bite your nipple on live stream?" Like,
as somebody that apparently does this way worse than you, I'll tell you, they make you do stuff your audience won't forget. So.
Oh no.
Yeah, and these are my audience. This is crossover from my audience, so they don't let me forget anything.
I'm gonna regret this. I'm gonna regret this. This is bad.
Yeah.
Why'd I come on?
I'm gonna watch your channel. I'm gonna be keeping an eye on your channel's ticker to make sure that we know. If you make a post on Facebook, you'll probably get like one more.
Oh no. No.
Yeah. So I need stuff to bite my nipples to get sub.
I'm not gonna advertise that. I think this we'll keep it to this stream and hope I never reach 1,000 subscribers. How about that?
Nobody watches this stream, so you're safe. You're safe, dude.
Usually after last episode, yeah.
Yeah. For the views. I did it for the views.
You did it for the views? No.
Yeah, like 400. It was no record breaker. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, enough about that. But yeah, man, you got to come back on and talk about katydids or something next.
Yeah. Anytime. I'm good. Talk about more weird stuff. Trying to think. Yeah. I got some other niche things I could talk about for sure.
Some more body horror. It's good.
Body horror. Yeah.
Oh, I got to get more people to talk about isopods with me because that's all we do. And
you're a bug show, right?
All we talk about. I got this mini show. I'm a nobody.
You're a bug show.
Yeah, I got a weird shade this week. It was really funny. It was good. Yeah. I got really mad when people said it was just an isopod show. I got really upset about that. I had some stern words for that person.
Yeah.
I just said I don't remember the last time we talked about isopods on this show. Yeah. You got to be kidding me. So it happens, man. I still need to eat a bug. When did I promise to eat a bug? I know I talk about that all the time.
You've made so many promises, you've forgotten the ones you made. Yeah.
I forget a lot of things.
Maybe you promised to eat a bug when you hit 500 subscribers, maybe.
Wow.
Maybe. Do it.
I hit 500. I'm like 530.
Didn't you say that Candy Shop has bugs? Like bugs?
They do. Yeah, they got the crickets. They got the scorpion sucker thing.
Why didn't you get that? Because this is a bug show. Scorpion sucker? And you didn't eat bugs on the show?
I'm still not down. I've eaten bugs a couple times on purpose, and it wasn't great any of the times. So I don't know. I'm not a pro.
Is candy though, right? Is it candy?
No, well, the one is the scorpion inside the sucker, and the other one is they're like dried and seasoned crickets. So, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, we'll see.
Why do they have the scorpion sucker?
Yeah, they had this big like gummy sucker that was elote flavored. I was like, that sounds good. Mexican street corn gummy. Sounds awful.
Well,
tastes like ammonia. Oh, I'm glad I didn't eat that then. Yeah, well, not good. Ammonia's not good. Yeah, we'll figure something else out to eat on the show. I threw that candy bar away. That was pretty trash. Bacon flavor's not for me, apparently. I would eat chocolate covered ants. Didn't I eat an ant on the show? Didn't I eat an ant? I thought I did.
I ate a fire ant as a kid.
Oh, God. Talk about biting you in the mouth or something. That could have been bad.
Yeah, it was a power move. I was so angry. I had stepped into so many fire ant nests. I was like 5 years old and I picked one out and like bit down on it in frustration. I don't know what psychological unpacking needs to be done there, but
I mean,
yeah, I just remember
that seems legit. That seems legit for an angry kid, an angry 5-year-old. And that's the day.
I
After
remember
that,
it was very bitter.
I imagine that's the day, guys, that TJ chose peace over war. Like, that's the last time he felt anger.
That's the last time, yeah. Evaporated after that release.
It was all, he swore off anger after that.
Yes. Like a monk. I just
Right?
found inner peace after that.
Let's see. Jedi, they have buffalo wing soda. They've got butter flavored soda. Pickle soda. What else? What was the other? Ranch. They got ranch flavored soda. So I felt like I would do a shooter. Like, I used to be a bartender, so I can pour like where there's, different colored liquids, but they're separated. So I was thinking of doing a buffalo ranch.
Buffalo ranch pickle.
No pickle. What kind of crazy crap is that? That sounds...
You need to mix the gross bacon, butter, pickle, ranch, buffalo sodas all together and drink that.
Oh, God.
When you get to 600 subs.
600? I'll do 1,000. I'll do that. That'll be at 1,000. Those sodas are like $5 each, dude. That's like a $40 investment right there.
Yeah.
And I'll probably hallucinate. Yeah. I'll probably be hallucinating shortly after that.
Yeah. And Josh will drink multi-flavored disgusting sodas.
Yeah, a bunch of disgusting sodas at once as one drink.
And to eat a bug.
I mean, after that, I would gladly eat a bug after that to get the taste of all that shit out of my mouth.
All right, we have that confirmed, guys. Get him to 1,000 subs.
We got nipples. You got nipple chompers, and
you got nipple chompers, and then gross food.
TJ agreed to be eaten, and I agreed to eat. Not TJ though. I'm not eating TJ. Just horrible flavored stuff.
Take me out to dinner first.
Maybe. On that note, guys, we'll see you next week. Well, actually, I don't have a show for a little while, so we're going to take a break after NARBC, just to get more quality time in with the kid, like spend less time stressing, get the computer fixed, maybe. We'll see. Yeah, that's a priority. Niplopolis. But yeah, if you haven't liked and subscribed, we're back to liking now. Don't hit dislike this time. We're back to hitting like. Subscribe. Click the bell icon. Do you know it doesn't show you dislikes? It doesn't show you if you got your video disliked. It only shows you the likes.
Yeah. I disliked them, the last one. Upon your request.
I appreciate it. Yeah. I still had 21 likes. There were still 21 likes, which is pretty great. So, like, that's a pretty solid video. But yeah, I can't see the dislikes, so I was sad that I made everyone do that, and now I can't. You thought disliking was going to be a permanent
thing. I think on your analytics, you could probably see it, but just like publicly, if you click on the video, you can't see dislikes.
I'll have to look and see.
They made that thing, yeah.
I get like randomly obsessed with the analytics, and then I don't look at it again for like 6 months, and then I'll be like, for a week, I'll be losing my mind. Oh, by the way, everybody that watches my episodes is between 24 and 44, and it's almost a 50-50 split between men and women. So, ladies, if you're here, yeah, and we're international. I don't know about your show. My show's international, bro. So,
I mean, I haven't even checked, to be honest.
Check those analytics. It's kind of fun to see.
Yeah.
So, and if anybody is watching this with French subtitles this week again, there you go. All right.
Oui, baguette. Umbrella.
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Oh, I can look at my analytics for dislikes. What's that?
You instantly lost all your French viewers.
Both of them. Sorry to the French. I apologize. I did just try to use my mouse to end the video. I just tried to use my mouse on my phone. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, guys, have a good week. We'll see. I'll edit something, or I'll try to edit something for Saturday. So we will see you later. Thanks again, TJ.
No problem. Thank you.
Peace. Everybody, peace.